Hey, buddy.
Hey, Luke.
Hey, Skip. Hey, Garrett.
What's up?
Just news.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Busy day?
Yeah, Mondays are always really busy.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Okay.
Yeah.
News good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel really good.
Good.
That's good. You got a few minutes? There's something that we'd like to talk to you about.
Yeah, sure. I have
Yeah,
a couple minutes.
Let's take a walk.
Let's go this way.
Okay. Where are we going?
It's
It's a surprise.
it's a surprise.
Okay. Like, how good of a surprise?
Really good.
Awesome.
I was gonna
What's up,
ask
Scooter?
to take my PSP with the digital novel, but I don't know if I want to anymore.
I'm not done watching this game yet.
I think they could have taken it a little further. Like, for example, the script is basically a slightly tweaked version of the original game script, so I'm kind of surprised that they're not voiceovers.
Well, exactly.
But that, like, you get the audio effects, like the cool revolver ocelot fight. There's like bang, 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 bang. But then I'm kind of surprised that you don't hear Snake talking.
It is a different script. It was rewritten, so they can't just reuse the audio from the game. So they would have had to re-record it all. And those actors are pretty expensive, you know, like.
I guess, but
it's a big investment.
So what do you think of the whole scanning for stuff?
I think that's kind of lame. I think the gameplay they tried to add is really tacked on and
Yeah, it's
dumb.
it's them saying, oh, it needs to be a game,
Yeah.
not just like a passive TV watching.
But
thing.
I will say that the digital comic itself is way more impressive than the Silent Hill one. The animation's really cool. It looks unique.
I haven't seen the Silent Hill one. Was that a comic also, or was that just like a conglomeration of Silent Hill things?
Well, the main thing was a comic.
Okay.
There was other stuff there too, but the main thing was a comic. But it didn't move and didn't animate like this one. It was just like it's like reading a comic. Whereas this one, it really does like move and the sound effects, and you can just kind of sit back and watch it, and it is entertaining.
It's a cool way to pass the commute time.
Yeah. Now, as a big Metal Gear nerd, I would actually sit here and watch this all, and it's only $20.
Yeah, that's a good price. I mean, a regular comic book is, or a red trade paperback is already in like that price range, and with this one you get stuff to do. It looks nice. It's all fancy
And I like the
with
art.
sound effects.
I like the art.
Oh, yeah, actually, Wood's a great artist.
like
Like,
the art.
I should lend you some of my old issues like Automatic Kafka or Pop Bob, but he's really
Did
good.
you do the cover to Contra? Two
He
Contras,
did
two Contras ago?
He did do the cover, not Shattered Soldier, not Neo Contra. He did, yeah,
This
Neo Contra
two
was like
Contras ago.
Jim Lee. So I think he did Shattered Soldier. Yeah, he did do the
Yeah,
art
I like
for
his
the
art. I
box
mean,
and
it fits Metal Gear really well, and it looks cool, and the style's great.
yeah.
I think the rest of this package is kind of dumb, but the comic itself is cool and worth
Yeah,
having.
I think it's a really good first step, and I think they could just take the idea a little further and figure out how to not make gameplay feel so tacked on, and find some way to like get a little more audio, because it is really cool when like you're watching the ninja fight and it's like the panels are moving, there's like squishy sound effects of him chopping people up and arterial sprays going everywhere, and I think they could have taken the multimedia aspect a little further.
Well, I mean, they're kind of limited because it had to be the Metal Gear Solid story. If they made an original digital comic and had you like make decisions and like choose your own adventure kind of thing, I think that would be enough gameplay to make me want to go through it again. Whereas I'd probably never watch this again.
Yeah.
Once you've watched it once, you've
It'd
seen
be cool
all
to play that instead of like, oh, go to page 82 if you want to like eat the tomato.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I mean, in terms of just classic adventure game, I think that this kind of animation, this kind of game could work in like a adventure game context.
It's good fan service.
It is good fan service, and I do support it.
And I'm gonna take my PSP away from your slobbery bandana that probably has your weird Shane DNA on it.
So,
It's just
Why
up
is it-
here.
why is
Right
it dark?
around here.
Dude, it's not my birthday till October.
It's all for you, though.
It is for you. And, you know, trust us.
What's going on in here?
Just trust us.
What's going on in here? What's that?
Don't worry, it's gonna be okay.
Skip? Karen? What are you guys all doing here? Am I in trouble?
This is all for you, Luke.
Luke, you have a problem.
What?
World of Warcraft.
I like basically quit.
That's the problem.
What the?
That's the problem. That's why we're all here.
You're losing DKP right now,
He's
buddy.
right.
Don't let that orange sit there and unused.
You're the guild master.
You are the guildmaster.
I had to
Expansion,
stop. There was too much going on.
The
That's not
60-man
an
raid
excuse.
with your name on it.
I had to take my life back.
Slash bitch.
I don't want to go back.
You have to. You have to.
We need you.
I stopped for a reason.
You need us.
We need your alts.
And there's like 5 of them.
We're here to help you. This is the sound of support.
Rehabilitation. Hey, it's Robert Ashley, and he's playing my game of Chromehounds.
Hey.
So From Software, right? These are the guys that also made all the Armored Core games. Yeah. Were you an Armored Core fan?
Not
at all?
particularly. I mean,
Yeah, 'cause
I played
I
some.
hate those games, actually. Like, I don't know how they got their following because
Yeah.
they're so unfriendly. The first thing I didn't really know about it, there's the different classes of mechs. So when you're playing online or even single player, it's kind of like Kessel Wolfenstein, right? You've got your like sniper, scout, like what else? Commander, defender, which is just like a big bulky guy that just
straight
shoots
up
guys.
soldier.
Yeah.
Enemy units have reached point C5.
But it didn't seem like there was a real strict separation because you could build your own and kind of bridge the gap.
What was your favorite? What's your type of mech? Like, what's the type of mech you like to play?
When I bought some really nice fast tank treads,
Mhm.
where it was like pretty good speed and I could have like nice big rocket launchers and stuff.
Yeah.
I liked that. I mean, it was basically like a defender who was kind of fast, I guess.
Right.
So that's I like having, you know, nice big rockets. You want to be able to like blow stuff up and not get stuck with the little machine guns.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I was playing a sniper a lot, which is pretty cool because you can stay way out of range from other people.
Yeah.
Just get on top of a hill, and then I just like wait for somebody to call out targets.
Enemy units have reached point C6.
What about building your own mech? Have you built your own mech?
yeah, I have, and I kind of I perused, you know, what you can purchase
Right.
from Xbox Live and like looked at all that stuff.
So you
and-
unlock your own parts, right?
Through the single player,
Through the
right?
single player game, but then you can also go on Xbox Live and buy parts or
Packages,
whole
yeah.
mechs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes me wonder if you can buy an advantage because I mean I think there must have been like $50 worth of
Right.
mech parts in their Xbox Live store, which is,
Right, you
yeah.
can. I was actually asking them about that, and you can come in with your totally like kick-ass mech, But what they would say is there's a handicap because it's going to say you'll be rated if you have all this kick-ass stuff. You'll be rated like a veteran, and if I suck, my mech is like nothing. It's going to be rated. I'll still be rated like a novice because I haven't unlocked it. And then it's going to take that into consideration, and it populates if I play against you in a campaign mode.
Yeah.
It's going to populate the other things with like AI characters and other AI vehicles and stuff like that.
But I think what people are going to find is that it's not very fun to suck. I mean, you're going to want to have like big rockets. You're going to want to be as fast as you can be.
Right, right.
Like it's not that fun to have a pea shooter and walk, 2 miles an hour.
It takes a little bit to learn building your own mech, but you can really like, it lets you position, not only choose the parts, but also position the parts. So you could, if you wanted to, like, stack guns out all like on the left and right. Or
you can make a really stupid looking robot. As I saw today, I saw some really hideous creations.
I remember you were saying like they looked like lunar landers. Like we were trying to describe like which one are you fighting? Which one's you?
Fighting
like,
the Mars rover.
I'm fighting. They were like, there's 2 Mars rovers here fighting.
Somebody on the other team seemed to think that like the best thing to do would be to like make the tallest robot possible, and he was like 2 stories tall and had 4 machine gun arms.
Why? Because no one would forget you, or
I guess, but I killed
Just
him
because
like
it
every
looks
time I
sweet.
saw him, so apparently it wasn't working out very well.
That strategy didn't
Yeah.
work. I hate that all the parts are named like NCS 497. They're like, instead of just like big sniper rifle or like machine gun.
Well, I think
or
it's
stuff
just
like
part
that.
of the whole game. The whole game's presentation is like, what if mechs were real?
Right.
It's like super realistic, which
Yeah.
I think in the end could be kind of a problem.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. Just because nobody wants to be in a tank that crawls across endless, landscapes
Okay, so
at
that's
the
something-
pace of a golf cart.
Point E7.
Even when you're a fast mech, it's not like action packed.
Yeah, no, like fast mech is
Yeah.
like slow. And when I say slow, it's slow.
Very-
It's like,
yeah.
and then your legs get hurt sometimes too, and you walk
Makes
even
you
slower.
slower.
Yeah. So the other thing, and this was cool online and off, but a lot of the game is picking up those radio towers. They're called like Combos radio towers,
Yes.
and you basically like stand next to them and take them over. And then you can hear your commander talking to you back and forth, or you can find enemies on the radar and stuff like that. Like I thought, okay, at least this game is doing something. Like it's a pretty straightforward mech game. Other than that,
Well, I mean, I think that's part of the other sort of direction of this game is to force you to work as a team, maybe
right.
to its detriment. I mean, the whole like idea that you have to be told who's on your side and who's the enemy by your commander.
yeah. So that's
Basically,
so
I mean-
in online, there's two different modes. There's the quick and easy like just battle mode where you can play capture the flag. You can play basically like team deathmatch, non-team deathmatch. They have a lot of different modes. And then there's the persistent war mode, right, which is like Steel Battalion, and that's kind of what you were talking about, where you can have a commander who can see enemies on the radar, and he's the only one. And you go here and take over these different radio towers to open up the radar on the map, and then only the commander can call out the other people, like the other enemies, and see the other enemies and see where's friendly. The battlefields look pretty sparse. Like there's certain ones that are in the cities, then those look a lot better. But a lot of them are just like an open, plain or something like that. Like how much of the single player game have you played at this point?
I played through Soldier, Sniper, and Defender. So that's what I've done. Half the game basically so far.
And there's like a lot of different scenarios in each one. Like you have to defend like a train coming into town, or like kill guys leaving and stuff like that. But the story, I mean, there's no cutscenes.
I feel like the story's really tacked on, honestly.
Right.
But it doesn't really do anything for me to have a story for my tank game that really needs no explanation.
Yeah, it's like voiceovers throughout the level. Voiceover at the beginning, voiceover. It's cool when it's happening throughout the level, like the few times that happens, where it's like, oh no, like things have changed, it's an ambush, get to G7 or whatever.
Try to secure as many combat towers as you can along the way, so I can detect enemy units.
slow and pretty simple. Hopefully, like, I don't know if the online game is going to be enough to make me shell out.
Well, I mean, I think that you can just look at the videos and also see that it's kind of really sterile. That's my problem with it. I mean, it's like one of the most sterile games I've played. You're out in these, like, you know, wheat fields, and it looks nice and it's very sharp, but at the same time, it's because you can see everything perfectly, you know, it's like this really boring, endless landscape that feels like there's no life in it.
This is hurting us more than it's hurting you.
Favored a balloon, coming to a village near you soon. To nature I'm attuned. Check my leather chest decked out with runes, swinging maces of the one and the two-handed nature. You must wait your turn, or the star and moon fire will burn. These NPCs ain't AI, they never learn. Kenwick, SGON, I have returned.
Well, you know, Ken's usually got a few in him when he's on the mic, so there's mistakes. You do like multiple takes. It sounds really cool if you have like 5 takes of the same thing. Sometimes like on a chorus, so it'll be like, you know, what? And then come back and record again, like, what?
On the ship and I'm ripping apart the quarter deck spinning, cause the dance fever got me and I'm just beginning to get the critical mass of beautiful ass to congregate in the center of their nasses.
And at that point, you know, then it's done. Then you can say, okay, we're finished. But those kind of things take a lot of time.
Oh no, there's Agrin, my favorite tank, and there's Lunatic in Cambriano. It's been a while since we was rolling Gang Squad, Secret Guard style.
Oh yeah, just bring mellow. Take it down, stop.
Take it down a notch. This is a dance party in Kalimdor. Get on the floor. The groove is growing from Aberdeen to Theramore. No, pacing. I always lag behind him about a year on video games, and so he's like, dude, put that fucking Star Wars Empires down and get some of this World of Warcraft. And I started playing it, you know, and I think kind of as the hook to kind of get me into it a little bit more. He's like, oh, you know, if we're gonna roll together, you should probably start writing some lyrics for it. Now I'm headed to the bank just to clear some sack slots, cause a night elf like Kenwick be hitting jackpots.
We were all real skeptical about raiding and having 40 people in your party. It was like being too impersonal. Because before, it was always like this real tight-knit crew of like folk I know in real life, like Damien here and Ken and like some friends of mine from work, you know. So you have a party of 5 people that you know real well. You're like, you know, it's your crew. But when you have 40 people, it's definitely including people that you only know because of that relationship of like needing each other's help to go to Molten Core.
And spending like, you know, 5 hours, 6 hours a week with them.
And you're like talking to them, you know, on person. You know, it's just kind of strange and intimate kind of thing to like commit all this time with these other strangers in a way. But it's cool too, you know. It builds a lot of sense of camaraderie. And you know, the first time you get killed, like first time we killed Rag, oh my God, everyone was so psyched. You know, that was like a culmination of a couple months worth of work. You know, so we were all pumped. I have a song about that. Yeah, that diss rap that the Shaman guy did, you know, I felt, that was the first time I felt Paladin class had been really called out a little bit, and, you know, it's a question a lot of people ask, where are the Pallies?
Where my Pallies at? Backing up the main tank healing. Where my Pallies at? Smacking shame until they start squealing. Bumping everybody in the raid. Where my Pallies at? Shaman wish WoW had a game saved.
Warcraft, their site, the front page of their site, they posted a rap that someone made. It's the worst shit ever. The big gimmick was not that the lyrics were clever or had any rhyme that, you know, seemed like sophisticated, but it was that they were rapping in like an orc voice, being like, I said to myself, if Blizzard would put this on the front page of their site, then what other kinds of things would they do with people that like started to put like a little, you know, hard work on making something that was really, really tight. And Then they ended up just having that song contest instead. 9 of those entries each got like 11% of the vote. Our song got 0%. We had something like 3,000 people download it and play it, and they're saying not a single person voted for it. I read a blog about the Blizzard, like BlizzCon, and the guy from Korn, when he was rating all the songs about ours, his reaction was meh.
Yes, it's Kenny B, the #1 gigolo, coming exclusive for the One Up Show, serving up freshly compressed video, streaming on the web, but you really don't know why I get to that. Fuck.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's Kenny B, the #1 gigolo, coming exclusive for the One Up Show, serving up freshly compressed video, streaming on the web, but you really don't know why I'm getting set to blow, and I got you open. Maybe it's the Steel Low Forge in Oakland.
Shining bright, and blue your skeleton, countless labyrinths.
Dude, is that Gitaroo Man I hear?
Yeah, are you a fan?
Gitaroo Man? Dude, is that on the PSP?
Yes.
Holy crap. Tell me about this game, man.
Well, it's basically just a straight port, so there's
Whoa.
nothing really special about it.
Hold on, it's just a port? No,
Pretty
no
much.
new features?
Well, actually, there are 2 new songs.
Okay.
But they're only in the new multiplayer mode, the duet.
So I'm assuming there's wireless play, correct?
Yeah. Like I said, there's multiplayer modes. The usual one-on-one thing is back from the PS2, and of course the new duet mode, which has the new songs.
A new duet
Yeah.
mode? Interesting.
Yeah. You're just kind of like.
So how does this duet mode work?
Well, you basically, it's 2 versus 1, basically, versus the boss, and you have like a shared life bar sort of thing.
Okay.
So you just trade off with the sections of the songs. Just going off like
So basically, you're reliant on how good your partner is. So if you're like totally kicking ass and your partner really sucks, then you could potentially lose.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So you both have to be on your toes.
Ooh, so you probably don't want me, because I played the original recently, last night, and I realized that after the first song, like, the first song's like kind of hard, but like you get into it and you're like, oh dude, I'm so good at this game. Then the second song is like, it kills you to the point where you're like, wait, how is this the second song? I feel like I'm on the final boss battle or something.
Yeah.
Is the difficulty that hard in the PSP, or did they like tone it down, or?
It felt about the same to me, honestly. Yeah.
So
Even
I mean,
with the ease of the nub, it's still
it's still pretty
much the same,
difficult. So basically, you have to be like amazing at this game to even enjoy it.
Well, there is an easy mode, so I mean that's.
Oh, sweet! For retards like me.
Yeah. So there's less notes to hit.
Oh, that's good. On the PlayStation 2, it's kind of hard to play because the analog stick, I found that, like getting the cone to line up on the line is like kind of annoying. Is it better on the PSP? Because
I do think it is, yeah. Just because of the analog nub, because with it, it's smaller. Your thumb has less ground to cover, basically.
That's true.
So you can spin it around a little bit and just, hold it to the edge and just wiggle it around a little bit better than usual. So.
And it might actually be the one game that benefits from having one analog knob.
Yeah.
Every other game, like you hear in the review, it's like, oh man, this game sucks on the PSP because there's not 2 analog sticks. But for Gitaroo Man, like you only needed 1. So that's pretty cool.
Wonderful change of pace.
That's good.
Yeah.
So like these new duet songs, are they new bosses? Or are they just are they like rehashed bosses in the single player? Or are they like totally new bosses?
Yeah, it's all new. New songs, new levels, new bosses.
That's kind of cool. So
Yeah.
they're not just like, giving you a new song, but just like, rehashing like
Yeah.
the first boss.
Yeah,
thing.
very nice. Of course,
What?
there's only 2 of them, but
Yeah, I mean, which is a shame because like the PSP, you would think that because this is such a good game for the PSP, that the developers were like, hey, why don't we just create a whole new Gitaroo Man?
I know.
Yeah, I mean, look.
That's exactly what I thought when it was first announced. Like, why isn't this just a sequel? But,
Exactly.
okay.
Like, look how many prep. I mean, there was like 3 Prep of the Rapids if you count Unjammer Lammy. And I mean, how hard is it just to create a new song? I mean, maybe it's just too wacky and they can't recreate the magic. But I think maybe I don't know what your opinion is, but like one of the best reasons why this game we can kind of let it slide at support. I mean, sort of. Is the fact that the PS2 version is so freaking rare.
Yeah.
And if you missed the game when it came out, and you like look on eBay and find that it's like selling for like a couple $100, you're like, wait, I'm not gonna spend the money on that. I guess it is kind of cool that you can get the PSP version and kind of like see what you missed.
Yeah, it's a great second chance. And even just for fans, at least 2 songs. I mean,
That's true.
It's probably not enough to come back, but I'd say it is.
And from what you're saying, since it controls better, it almost, and since it's kind of like a portable game in a sense that it's like, you can play it on the go, it almost seems like the PSP version is almost like the better version to have just because it just seems to control better, which as a game, like you want to play the version that controls it best.
What's going on, Skip?
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing.